In 2011, Ned Mayaringbungu CHEEDY was proclaimed Australian Aboriginal Elder of the Year and honoured with the NAIDOC Lifetime Achievement Award for his outstanding contribution to Yindjibarndi knowledge. Daughters Jane and Marian said accepting the nation's highest Indigenous award on behalf of their father in Sydney was one of the proudest moments of their life. On 6 September 2011, Juluwarlu and Yindjibarndi Aboriginal corporations held a celebration Ngurnda at Cheeditha to thank Mayaringbungu for his contribution to Yindjibarndi cultural recording, his dedicated leadership and his wisdom.
Juju win his award and having a bit of celebration with the community, with this group.
It was an emotional and joyous evening for those who gathered to celebrate with Mayaringbungu and to see traditional Yindjibarndi Jalurra that have not been seen for many years.
Is that same? No, hang on. Maybe go across a bit.
Radio. Well, good evening, everybody, and thanks for coming. This evening's event is dedicated to Mr. Ned CHEEDY, who's one of my grandfathers. And obviously, probably most of you know of the recent issues that we were having. Ned was widely publicized around the nation in terms of standing up for his country. And recently, he's been awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award, or the NAIDOC Lifetime Achievement Award, which is a fantastic and a big achievement for someone in our community. And apart from that, he's about 105 years old. We always talk about our grandfathers, which Ned used to look after when he was a young man, and put through the law, and always encourage them and also teach them about the country. All those old people now, all my grandfathers, they've sadly have all passed away, and we only have Ned left with us. And during his years, he taught us all a valuable lesson, and that's to remain close to the culture and language. Over the last 12 years, we worked closely with Ned, Juluwarlu Aboriginal Corporation, in recording and documenting his life. He takes us on numerous occasions back to where he was born. He always say to us when we go in our country, take me back to where I was born. I want to go and see my Ngarliyarndu, what he called it, where they call it birthplace. And we would always go back there, and he would always, this is 6 years ago, or 7 years ago, when he was in his late 90s. and he still feels that he's, he's walking around talking, and he's also well aware of everything in the country. He can take us back in terms of telling stories about the country when he's a young man, being out there with his parents and his people, and taking us to all the sacred sites, all the water holes, all the place where he was when he was a kid, all the country that he walked and traveled with his fathers and grandfathers. And we do those journeys with him today. And still, even at his age, we still go out with him. So he's an amazing man in terms of his will, and his will to document his country. He always says to us, this is what I'm doing now, I'm leaving it for my young people. And I think for all of us, Yindjibarndi, Ngarliyarndu, Bindirri, Gorama, anybody within the Pilbara region, and also non-Indigenous people as well. His life and his stories and what he does in terms of documenting Yindjibarndi history is for all of us to share.
I thank you for this coming.
Wanda Noi.
You want to come and do the dance one day.
Mayaringbungu was born on the banks of CHEEDY Creek, or Cheeditha, on a pastoral station we call Yindjibarndi or Huli today. When he was young, he traveled this ngura from end to end with his parents and many other extended family, learning culture, country, language, and Birara law. The old people taught Mayaringbungu what it is to be Yindjibarndi. They taught him that the ngura tells us who we are and where we come from. When Mayaringbungu became a man under Yindjibarndi law, his elders promised him a Noah. Her name was Cherry Gilby. Ned and Cherry have 9 children, 23 grandchildren, 37 great-grandchildren, and a great-great-grandchild.
All right, I feel really overwhelmed by the amount of people that are here and all the hard work that's been put into honoring our dad. Thank you for coming and joining in celebrating his life and his Lifetime Achievement Award. This is NAIDOC theme was the next steps is yours. The next steps is theirs. We've already halfway taken our steps, so we want to pass this step to our kids because of our dad and the other great people that we knew and passed on. And we also want to remember our mother as well, as we sing this song in honoring Dad in Yindjibarndi. Thank you for all coming.
Wow.
For over 10 years, Mayaringbungu and many fellow elders led the cultural mapping program at Juluwarlu, recording our sacred sites, history, language, stories and songs, handed down from our ancestors and our creation spirits. Mayaringbungu had extraordinary awareness and knowledge. He had the ability to remember just about everything he did, everything he saw, everything he heard.
What we're going to sing for you next is what is called a jowie. And the jowie as an Yindjibarndi language means that and this jowie was sung by an old fellow by the name of Bambudu. And he's Bambudu was Ned's grandfather, which is his Aboriginal. And they called him Blind Billy because Bambudu was his name because he was blind. And he used to be one of the main ceremony masters of Yindjibarndi country. He used to be taking by the spirits world every so often into the country in his dreaming. And he would come back with these songs and he would tell the other Yindjibarndi people, this is the song that I got from the spirits in the hills. And they took me and they showed me their country and I went traveling with them. And they opened my eyes and we were traveling on the clouds. And I saw everything. I saw what they're singing to me. And I came back and I sing the song now what I saw last night. Only in the night when he's traveling that he becomes a man that is not impaired with his eyes or anything like that. He's fully appreciated to the country. And the spirits gave him that opportunity every time. And he sang hundreds of songs, so he went on hundreds of journeys with the spirits world. And he came back and he sang this. He went on a journey one night and he sang this song to the Yindjibarndi people the following morning. And he said that this is what I saw last night. I saw the great snake traveling. And he was traveling through the rivers and he was, popping his heads up, looking around for the people. And he was just on a personal journey. And the snake that came from the sea, which we call a tanari, and he traveled inwards into the lands. And the old fellow who was taken by the spirits was also traveling with the snake as well. He didn't do any harm this time. He was just traveling around the country and seeing and making sure that everything was okay. And the people living in the country were doing the right thing. So this is his song, and hopefully Ned and I can give it some justice. What are we? Breno? Ngarliyarndu ready. Para. Ngarliyarndu para. Kadimajina Udadewanu Mindula Ngarliyarndu Weluwanwadila Kadimajina Ibanu Kadimajina Murangaya Dadi Haniya Kulwiyanawa Waniyura Mudu Bayana Wandangali Jalurra Balindari Ngura Diala Dugani Gaba Aidana Wango Dayango Karanu Malubunga Balindari Ngura Diala Dugani Gaba Aidana Wango Dayango Karanu Malubunga Karanu Malubunga
Mayaringbungu said that the stories he recorded were for all Yindjibarndi people to learn and to teach the coming generation. He continued working tirelessly to the very end. What he left us can't be compared anywhere else in the world. Jalurra songs and dances were passed to Yindjibarndi people by the Wanda people, spirits who visit a sleeping man and sing the songs to his dreams. On waking, the chosen man can pick up his boomerangs and sing a given song straight out without rehearsal, complete in words and melody. Jalurra travel in Yindjibarndi country and speak about actions of spirits. Every time we perform Jalurra, we renew the connection we have with our Yindjibarndi country and ancestors. This ceremony joins today's generation of Yindjibarndi to all previous generations.
Oh, gunslinger in the back.
Put it, look.
Gunslinger at the back. Come in the phone. Who's Chris Harrington though?
We have put our hearts and minds into trying to make a better future for Yindjibarndi, a cultural future for generations to come. But there has been little to celebrate since Fortescue Metals Group stormed into our country. The FMG attack never ends because Yindjibarndi will not be tricked or bullied into selling our future for peanuts. In Twiggy's dream, he will own our country. Instead of Yindjibarndi culture, all that'll be left will be the culture of mining. Twiggy's ideas about how we should be and how we should live does not compare to the teaching of our elders. We will not be burned up in the mining fever. When the ground is hard, Yindjibarndi dance. towers of knowledge and strength, lift up our struggle against all odds. This law not belong to me. I'm not just making this law. Law here, written. This one here, see? Alan Jacob pointed at the ground he was standing on. Roger Solomon said, "Our tribal law is written in this country, and it is this law and this land that gives us identity." Yindjibarndi will survive because our hearts and our conscience are straight with our country. Our nation will survive long after iron ore is finished and Twiggy Forest and its FMG are buried and forgotten. The Jalurra we dance, honor the old people. We dance to respect Ngurra. That always was and always will be, before mining and money. Ngurra gives us self-respect and true identity. Yindjibarndi will never come under the heel of those who have no respect for Ngurra or family. Yindjibarndi are like the river that runs through our Ngurra. Yandanyarana, very old and very strong. We hold powerful law that forever brings new life into Yindjibarndi country.
Kolkanga kanjaga strong pada kanjaga nundu kondo ngali ambul kandu ngade. Era maga yang barangkali wanyari ngana meranga era mano monaga bala mane monaga when by monaga sang monaga when by chenanga monaga wajigarandu jojongale bana yongo monaga jadi era marang monaga when by jojongale chonda naman komona kondo.
Young people, keep this pundut strong as a rock in your ears. Keep strong as a rock this pundut that belongs to all of us. Sing, you young fellas, but always listen to the head singer and follow him. Follow the song, follow the footprints of the powerful force that was given to the old people who sang the songs. That's how the first old people sang the songs and taught the pundut and followed the tracks